keep in contact with me. Let me know how things are going. So the ones that are really serious because they actually follow up. 6 months from now, you hear from them again. Hey, just want to let you know, I'm doing this show. I'm doing this, blah blah blah. Fantastic. And then all of a sudden you get that call. Hey, I'm looking for an assistant. Anybody sort of young? I said, I'm like, I said, I've been talking with this person. I feel I've got a good feeling about them, but why don't you meet with them and see, with the understanding that at some point I might steal them back.
What I want to point out next, and we talked about this a little bit beforehand, and we've had this conversation many times. You and I have one fundamental flaw, which is that we want to hire assistant editors that don't want to be assistant editors. We want to find people that really want to cut so we can mentor and we can help them grow, which means we always have to keep looking for good assistant editors, which is really frustrating. And I partly learned that from you, but there's a method to the madness. So why won't you just hire somebody that you can keep under your wing forever?
Because, listen, it's a good question. It's not that I wouldn't, because like I said, I have some friends that are sort of those lifetime assistants, but they tend to be, like I said, they tend to be more the 9-to-5s, which I'm fine with. But, I tend to work on shows that need those little sort of extra touches, they're not easy sort of necessary to put together. So in the sense that, I need a little bit more. And so I catch myself, I get more excited when I see that excitement of somebody who's sort of young and hungry. I've got a very simple approach when it comes to it, because I get your type of calls a lot. And, now it's, easier to have phone calls and sort of get together beyond just the pandemic stuff. But what I do is, I give them the playbook. It's the playbook that's worked for almost every assistant, that I've hired, which is, if you're starting from nothing, you gotta go into the reality world. You gotta make all your calls, and you gotta figure out a way. I can sort of introduce you to some people that are in that world and see if there's they can keep their ears and eyes open, but get yourself in that reality world. Get abused, but trust me, the abuse you're going to get there, you're going to literally come back and you're going to be like, I know you're road tested when you've sort of gone through that. And the people that have reached out to me and sort of followed that playbook, every single one of them, they have had success. It wasn't one of those like, I can't make it happen. I can't, what I ended up doing though is, because it's always one of those, keep in contact with me. Let me know how things are going, So the ones that are really serious because they actually follow up, 6 months from now, you hear from them again. Hey, just want to let you know, I'm doing this show. I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic. And then all of a sudden you get that call. Hey, I'm looking for an assistant, anybody sort of young? I said, I'm like, I said, I've been talking with this person. I feel I've got a good feeling about them, but why don't you meet with them and see, with the understanding that at some point I might steal them back, because, if I'm looking for, these are people that I feel like I put the time in terms of getting them sort of, mentally sort of ready for what it kind of takes. So, I've had really good success in that sort of sense of, and it's, like I said, it's a constant sort of getting those phone calls. What do I need to do here? Let me introduce you to these 3 assistant, editors that I know, that basically follow this playbook and have had a lot of good success for it. Call them and everybody's been, is always good in terms of taking those phone calls and helping out. And that's one of those things. And I try to emphasize the importance of that, because it really is, because I do it without an agent, I've never had the agent and never done that. It's sort of the goodwill of the, the creators, the writers and people and all that that I've worked with that I've been sort of fortunate to sort of keep it, but then, and the most important thing I want to say, because I always like, when I have these conversations with assistants, like I always stress, like the most important thing you need to remember is we work in a very creative field, and everyone needs to feel like they're part of the process.